I don't know if we are in the same page. Hello? Okay, all right. I want everybody, to be moving. Maybe some skills so that we can know that, everybody hearing us, and we'll go as it should. Okay, all right. So I think we can start by our dear brother from Kenya.
Thank you. My name is Martin Mutia from Kenya. I would like to thank you for this opportunity, actually. Regarding internet as a tool for learning and opportunities beyond entertainment, for my case, there's an opportunity I found which ties with my hobby, and that is photography. And I decided to market this hobby, actually, which I turned it into a career some time back, roughly 5 years ago. And I saw the opportunity of reaching out to more clients through the social media platforms. And during the corona period, actually, much of people were indoors, and much of people were engaged on their phones. Basically, that allowed me to grab that opportunity and start sort of a career, which I marketed entirely via Facebook and Instagram, and it brought some changes to my life. Basically, I got to meet new people, new business persons, and it's been a career that I started by just maximizing on the opportunity I found on the internet. So that's for me, actually. Thank you.
Okay, interesting. You can see, the way internet helped him, improve his career in photography. So, I would like, all our participants, if after every panelist, speak and share his experience, we can also, send some sneakers so that, send some emoji, to make the session engaging. I think that one will also like us and make the panelists, so that, if you are speaking and after speaking, there are some energy. I think it will help us every move forward. So we'll go from, since here is the hub of Africa, we'll go, we can't, go to Kenya and we don't talk about Ghana. So let's go, and give the head to our dear brother from Ghana.
Right. Welcome to our gathering, friends. I'm so glad we could share this time together. Alfred, my name is very long. Before I answer, one opportunity that the internet gave me in 1 minute, I want to share this sad but very sensitive story that actually opened the door for me to the internet. Growing up in that small village in Ghana, where even a day meal was actually difficult. What to wear was a problem. It will surprise you to know that this young man here has to be on a refuge camp for 1 year and 8 months. And it's so sad. but I am not afraid, and I feel proud sharing this story. And coming from this background, I realized that just imagine if getting food to eat was a problem, not to talk of having a smartphone. But amidst all this, there was one thing that I saw, that when I was privileged to get a phone, what one single opportunity that the internet gave me was access. And the access I mean is ACCESS, access. The internet gave me access to knowledge, access to scholarships, access to mentors, access to international conferences, and access to people who never knew I existed. Like nobody would ever think from that village. Now, a PhD holder, a water treatment and quality assurance officer, and a founder of Vigilant Youth for Climate, Natural Resources, Ecosystem, and Sustainability. Nobody. But the internet introduced me to those opportunities before the opportunities introduced themselves to me. Today, I stand here because I stopped asking who knows me. And started asking myself, what can I learn today to make the world look for me tomorrow? Considering the village I came from, eating from a refuse dump for 1 year, 8 months, that decision changed my life. Thank you.
Wow, that is very interesting. I think we have almost the same story that I will narrate you, at the end of this webinar. I also, rest of internet, I also get access to many opportunities in the world. So let me give the head to our doctor from Nigeria, Dr. Musa from Nigeria. Can you take over?
Yeah, hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on where you are connecting from. Thank you very much for the opportunity. And I sincerely appreciate the other speakers for sharing their experience. My name is Dr. Musa Mansur Ahmad. I am a veterinary doctor by profession, a climate smart laptop specialist. For me, I would say that during this stage of my career, I've been working closely with rural farmers, and through the internet, I was able to come in contact with organizations, individuals that are working in the climate space, climate smart laptop production, youth leadership, and the internet was able to give me an opportunity to connect with individuals of common minds, and I'm also able to. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, all right, you are audible.
Yeah, so it gave me space to connect with individuals of common minds, and that has actually given me an opportunity to, show the world what has been doing it in my local community. So I can remember I came across an opportunity to participate in a leadership training. I don't know if you've heard of United People Global Sustainability Leadership. So through that training, I was able to connect with individuals from across the world for my own small niche, and I was able to connect with someone that shared a life-changing opportunity with me. I can remember one of the first international conferences that I attended in Egypt was through that connection, and that experience has actually changed my life till date. And I'm very grateful for coming out of my comfort zone to participate in online trainings like such, and for the connection and the network that has created for me till today. I am very much grateful for the network that I've gained so far. And yeah, so I think in summary, one of the benefits, one of the experiences is that the internet has given me an opportunity to connect with common minds, and it has also given me the platform to, tell the world what I've been doing in my local community. So it has given me the surface or the platform to showcase my initiatives and also to be seen and be identified. Thank you very much.
Wow, amazing, amazing, amazing. I think everybody can notice that we have an incredible speaker today, and that will also help us. Amazing, that and amazing. That also, you are one thing that I especially like is the power of networking. And he not to focus on his community, but beyond his community, he found and tried to network with people. Even his was a training from online. He tried his best to network with some people, and that opened him some good opportunity as going to travel and some good opportunity in his life. So through that, I also invite everybody to probably at most of the time some people can share maybe their LinkedIn profile so that we can continue knowing each other and learning from our networking. So going forward, this session we will we will divide in a three big parts, three big terms. The first term is the internet as learning tools. The second part is a digital skill and employment. The third is entrepreneurship and innovation, right? So as the first question, as the first question, uh, uh, as the first question is, many younger African mainly use the internet for social media and social media. In your opinion, what mindset set is needed for young people to set seeing the internet as a classroom opportunity to grow themselves? So we know that in this first introduction, many people have already taught it, but I wanted to know in maybe 2 minutes, what exactly, apart of using social media, can you first use social media to get opportunity? What are the tools that you can use internet exactly to do today? At the end of this webinar, what are the tools you can use internet exactly, tangible thing you can use internet to do to change our personal life so that we can grow? So I will have one surprise is that we will not go, as the first Mr. Martin and the second Dr. Alfred and third Dr. Musa. But I think for this special question, we will start by Dr. Fred. Dr. Fred, can you, narrate some tools that we can use apart of internet using, we focus our life in internet, focusing our life in social media like TikTok, Instagram, and and so forth. Maybe for fun. I know that there are some opportunity, but what are the real tools we can actually use the internet for to change our basic life in our community, in our country, and empower all the African countries?
Thank you very much. I believe that the biggest problem is not technology, it is identity. And from experience and with my background, I see many young Africans now open the internet every morning. I'm equally a young person, and only to ask what is trending. Very few young people would ask, what can I learn today? These two questions create completely different futures. So just imagine entertainment, of course. If you are looking for entertainment, it will give you a temporary entertainment. If you are looking for learning, learning will create that permanent value for you. And of course, if you go there and like, the likes will disappear. But one thing we need to understand is this: skills will remain forever. And one day I challenged myself. that before opening Facebook or TikTok or WhatsApp or any other digital tool, I had spent 1 hour learning something new. And that decision alone changed and transformed my life completely. Now, my phone is my university. My phone is my office, my research laboratory, my business center, my international networking platform, my conference registration desk, and I can talk of my publishing office. So, young Africans, we must stop treating data bundles as entertainment budgets. Rather, we should see them as an investment. If you understand that every megabyte can either entertain you or educate you, you know how you would live your life. Now the choice becomes yours. So whether you go for entertainment or education, the choice is yours. I believe by the time we are done with this webinar, all the youth, all of us will have a different mindset altogether. Thank you.
All right, all right. That is interesting. That is interesting. But I don't know if you. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I really like your part, but I will come back. I will let the rest of the panelists continue, and I will come back. Let's move to Dr. Musa. Dr. Musa, can you? I should repeat the question, Dr. Musa. Dr. Musa, are you audible? Okay, thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you clearly.
So, thank you very much. I think I completely agree with Dr. Alfred. The social media or the internet entirely, it's we spend our money buying data every time. And I think one mind shift that we should consider is to start seeing the internet as a place where we build ourselves rather than where we consume our data or entertain ourselves entirely. As we log into this internet every day, we are actually spending one of the precious assets of our lives, which is the attention. And I think the question we are not asking ourselves is, what do we get, out of that investment, out of that money we spend with data every day? What do we get to improve ourselves, our personal development? What have we gotten out of it? One of the things that we should start thinking as young people is in every 5 hours we spend in the internet, I see that the significant amount of that time, let's say maybe 70% of that time, been dedicated towards building our skills, building our interpersonal, building some skills that will help us to, get useful in our communities and all that. And like what Dr. Alfred mentioned, his phone, his university, his research laboratory, I sincerely agree with him because there is a way you can utilize the social media you are using to your university, your learning platform. And we all understand how this social media works. The social media will always give you what the things you are always looking for. If you are the type of person that always look for entertainment, so the algorithm will make it in such a way that you have more of entertainment. However, when you follow researchers, when you follow people that add value to the community, scientists, maybe doctors, so you end up getting more of those information every day. So you can, when you follow the kind of people you follow, the kind of pages you follow, will determine the kind of content you are going to be receiving. So I sincerely believe that it's really difficult. It's okay for us to be interested. However, we can make it very beneficial to us, to our skills, to spend, let's say, significant amount of the time building our skills, then maybe some percentage, let's say 30% of the time we spend on entertainment, which is also okay for us to unwind and have some fun. So this is just my take on this. We can consider maybe, let's say, 70-30 mindset, 70 for building new skills, and maybe 30% for entertainment and unwinding. Thank you very much.
Okay, all right. I'm waiting for your reaction. If you have any question, please feel free to be dropping on the chat, or feel free to be dropping on the chat. Feel free. Okay, all right. So we can now hear from Mr. Martin. If he will probably add some, 1 or 2 or 3 things that we also learn from there, so that we can educate ourselves. All right.
Okay, thank you. So my take on internet tools. Okay, would be for business. Basically, most African youths are users of internet and entirely the social media and entertainment. But there are other opportunities which are overridden by the social media and entertainment, and that is on productivity. So the opportunities actually mostly are freelancing jobs, which most youths don't consider much. And for instance, you might go for an interview and you are asked for your portfolio. Let's say you are a model. The employing team, or rather the recruiting team, want to see a portfolio, and in this case it's an e-portfolio. So there are tools you can use. For instance, we have the Google Workspace, where you can create a portfolio and you can showcase what you've been doing, and you have a descriptive statements of what you do and all that. And this can come handy in cases where somebody wants to see what you can offer to this company. There is also we have, I would call it the SEO. That is, we have cases of people who are running businesses and they have websites. So you can have optimization of your website such that if a person searches for your brand, they can, it pops instantly, and it draws a large audience towards your business. So most, or rather, young Africans have to change how they view internet and start seeing it as a tool for creativity, productivity, and basically making money. That's the aspect of e-commerce, because that area is not, I would say we have not maximized on it yet. With the time, it's something that is going to be the deal actually. Like you see nowadays, we have everyone learned, and the opportunities are quite few, but still we have the aspect of internet where you can maximize on the available tools and make a living actually. So the other thing is we have to create an identity online, and mostly if you're to get a job, for instance, because we are looking at it from the aspect of making money, you have to create an identity that showcases your skills, and potential clients will approach you based on what you're offering. So if it's maybe, for instance, you have a Facebook account, or maybe any other platform, basically you have to have your profile well detailed, such that if a person wants to get a service from you, they can see from your recent updates, or rather I would say the posts, they can see this person is excellent, this is the area of expertise, and they have potential. I can work with them, and they are also showcasing things they have done. So I would urge most young Africans to start viewing the internet as a tool for making money rather than entertainment. So that's my take. Thank you.
All right, all right. It is also an yeah. Round of applause, round of applause, round of applause. Yes, to be able, to be adapt, for the marketplace, as you have said, you have to give an example for the portfolio, your profile, and all those things. It's very important. But although we also needed, self-learning, but I want to know, self-learning requires discipline, right? If you want to learn online, since you don't have a physical facilitator or teacher to guide you, to be behind you, self-learning requires discipline. How can young people start motivated and confident when learning online without the teacher or supervising them? Can you maybe, Martin, can you go ahead and start there? Aruna, please can you mute yourself? Can you, yeah, your mic is Aruna. Aruna, you are making some small noise. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, Mr. Martin, can self-learning requires discipline, right? How can younger people start motivated and confident when online learning without a teacher or supervising them? Can Mr. Martin go ahead and explain how we can survive that? How can we manage those stuff?
Okay, thank you. So I would pick on one area, for instance, because each and every day we learn new skills. And yeah, as an individual, you have to routinely update on your skills, or rather, you should independently identify some skill gaps, and you find now the resources. Then you have to get some new concepts without a formal instruction. Like you don't have to have a trainer to take you through that. Now, through the internet, there are various platforms you can learn yourself. And I would pick one platform, which is YouTube. So if you go on YouTube, there are various persons with different levels of experience on wide range of fields. Take for instance, you are learning software development. Okay, maybe you have gone to the university and done a course related to that, but still there are some new trending or rather imagine technologies. Like now we are talking of artificial intelligence. So on YouTube, you would find other persons who have more knowledge on that area, and you could watch their videos and learn about that area of interest. So like you're updating your skill set. Now, with this learning where you don't have a formal instructor, then there are some challenges, and this requires a discipline and also self-motivation, because well, you are doing it yourself, so you have the self-drive. You want to learn this new skill, and there's no one to supervise you and take you through. Even some formal assessment, we don't have that in such setups. Now, as an individual, you have to have the self-drive. I want to learn this skill, and I have gotten this platform. Let's say it's YouTube. There's this a particular channel that has deep content on the area I want to learn about. Now, you have to be consistent as well, because you have a target. Maybe you have chosen like a month or two. I want to learn this particular skill, and after the constant period you are taking through, I mean, you are learning this particular skill. You also have to have some test like you could put into practice what you have learned, and this can help you to gauge whether you are on the right track regarding the skill you are learning. So young people can maximize on these available platforms actually, and most of them are free, although there are cases where you pay a premium for some services, but majority are free, and you can maximize on the opportunities and learn a new skill set. So the point is you have to have self-drive, you motivate yourself and have a time frame, depending on the area you have chosen to pursue. And after that, you also need to put into practice what you have learned, and that can allow you to maximize on that opportunity. And I would also say you also need to passively access other contents. It could be videos, or it could be just the videos you are watching, and that allows you to be actively engaged, and it also exposes you to other I would say other forums, because there are people who are also learning the same thing as you. And if you are able to, let's say, access some forums like Quora, Stock Flow, among others, depending on the area you have chosen, then you can meet other persons with a similar interest, and that can motivate you, and also kind of create a network, and this enables you to also get other opportunities if they come through. Thank you.
Okay, all right, all right. Some action, it's like people are not feeling the vibe. Or I'm the only one taking note and be impressing by all the thing that our panelists are sharing with us. This is this should be very, very great things that we should maybe probably having those things as maybe one in a month, or 1 in 3 every 6 months, so that we can update ourselves, and improving all the planning we have. So let's give the round of applause to Mr. Martin, and also let's give the header to Dr. Alfred.
Right. Thank you so very much. Yeah, so self-learning requires discipline. And how can young people remain consistent? I agree with Mr. Martin. And just to add, as I started talking, I shared a short life story of how I managed to get here. It's one of the things that I will not forget, and I would always be proud sharing. You see, there is something that I call purpose-driven learning. This one, we want to know how young people remain consistent. And if you are not consistent, if you don't have purpose, you will get to the internet, and whatever comes to your phone will be carried away by it. People remain consistent when they know they are learning. So imagining someone who couldn't afford even a 1 day meal, who had no uniform going to school, sleeping at the refuse dump. I mean, under no circumstance, someone would say that this young man would, but with the help of internet, I must announce that my PhD, I got it at the age of 28. And 2 years now. So it should tell you where and how disciplined I was when it comes to internet. I did mention earlier that before I get to open my LinkedIn, Instagram, or Facebook, I must learn something new. So I stayed it because I wanted solutions. from that village. How can I come out from this village? Every evening after work, I realized, I asked myself, what can I do? What problem do I want to solve in the next 5 years? Then I learned only things connected to that future. I wasn't trying to know everything. I was preparing for something. As I sit here, I have over 20 professional certifications. I mean, very good courses, aside my PhD and then my MScs and the rest. All because of the internet. I was preparing for something. And I want all of us humbly what Dr. Musa, in fact, I can say is our father, as I saw the video. I want us to note that consistency becomes easier when your future becomes clearer. So before I can admit that I want to get here, I need to be very consistent. And as I've been consistent, you see that my future now becomes clearer. And I hope at the end of the webinar, I should be connected to Dr. Musa, Mr. Martin, and then our big boss, the moderator, all because of the internet. And I also learned that, you know, something that is so powerful, that made me different, that motivation comes and goes, but discipline stays forever. So some nights I was tired. I remember some night I had serious issues with internet connections. I do remember too sometime I received some rejection emails. It wasn't easy. At a point, all these things, yet I kept on learning. And today, people celebrate the success. Sometimes when I get opportunity like this, and after people do engage me, that doc, how did you make it? I just thank God from that refuge dump to platforms like this. So I want to urge all of us, as I said, I am young, that we should never see that the internet is just for anything that will go there just to have fun. Of course, Dr. Musa mentioned that you can do it 70-30, but do not let whatever discouragement that you get bring you down. Remain focused. And then as you remain focused, consistency becomes part of you. And as consistency becomes easier for you, your future is clear. They never saw the lonely nights behind my screens, but the truth is that I remained consistent. And now I cannot say, because at this my age, I cannot say I have arrived, but I can say I have a clear future that I would follow. Thank you.
All right, all right. This is also amazing, amazing, amazing. Consistency is very, very amazing. Because most of the people, or most of younger people as we are, sometimes you have a vision or mission, and people found out like, wow, this is it, as it. And they are too much, interesting. And after one week and some days, people, are not any more interested, because maybe they find some challenges, and they are not consistent. Sometimes you are too much emotional about the thing, and you are not consistent. That means you can't achieve your goal. You can't achieve the things that you need. And also, it's not everything that you use for internet, because it's internet, that means it's good. So you have to learn from them and take just the better one, and that one, the one that will help us improve our life, move forward, so that we can be the better person. Let's move to Dr. Musa.
All right,
Dr.
thank
Musa.
you very much, Ibu. So can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Hello? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Alfred and Mr. Martin. It was really a very extensive explanation. And for me, I think I will just add a few because I'm sure they've done justice to this topic. One of the important aspect of it is the kind of friends or a company we live around. The people you keep around you will actually determine how motivated or how committed you will be in terms of learning. So when you try to surround yourself with people of common mind, people that are actually hungry or they are very, very ambitious about learning new skills, then definitely chances of you being encouraged and being motivated to continue is really very high. And another important thing here is the specific problem that one is trying to solve. So identifying what you are trying to solve is really important because not just saying that, okay, I want to learn network marketing, I want to learn data analysis, but you have to ask yourself, what exactly am I going to use that knowledge to solve in my local community? So without purpose, without specific problem to solve, then the motivation may not be there. You may just start and then be distracted with another thing that, okay, let me just leave this and learn another thing. So there will be a lot of distraction, but identifying the main problem you are trying to solve will actually help you in pushing further, just like what Dr. Alfred has mentioned. You can see how, despite the challenges and the rejection, he kept on pushing and moving because he has a purpose, he has a goal that he wants to achieve. So another thing that I want to add is that the mode of learning is important. You have to identify what works best for you for learning. If it is a short videos, like for me, I actually learn very fast, and that keeps me moving when I'm learning from short videos. Any learning platform that utilizes short videos, that motivates me the more. So maybe some people prefer learning via modules that are in form of writings. They like reading too much and all that. So you have to identify which works best for you. That's also determine how motivated in the learning process. Another advice or another
Okay,
method
right.
that I think.
So, pardon? Hello?
Okay,
Can you hear me?
go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, all right. I feel like I'm the only one. The next question is going to be, the importance of learning. So nowadays, many people think that university is the only way we can learn from and improve ourselves. Is it possible, regarding to your experience and everything you have said now, is it possible to learn, a part of university and get a degree that can help us improve in our mission or our vocation, in daily vocation that we are also planning to do? Okay. Mr. Martin, you can take over. Do you hear me?
Yes, I get you clearly.
Okay, all right.
All right. So on matters of digital skills and employment, yeah, it's true. You need a university degree, though it depends with the nature of job you are doing, but it's not enough in today's digital space. Most employers, or rather most jobs you are going to find online, their skills are based. So you need to have a skill set, and this is to do with a particular skill set. And to some extent, you also need some certifications. So there are a couple of bodies which offer tailored content, or rather a curriculum for various educational content. So I would pick, for instance, those who are in IT or computer related stuff. There's CompTIA. There are many. There's also Coursera from the Google. So most jobs you might get online, you will be prompted to show approve, or rather give approve of some online certification. And mostly these online certifications, you can have it virtual. Most people have degrees, but they are still they still enroll for these online-based courses, and they come handy in scenarios where you are applying for a remote job, and this remote job requires a skill which is recognized globally. Remember, we're in the digital space, and you could be in Kenya or Uganda or Tanzania, but still working for a company in China. So there are some jobs for, let's say, data entry, which might require a particular skill, and this skill, you also have to provide evidence of having done a course online, and you got a certificate on the same. So I would say there are there are quite a lot of skills you need to have as a person in today's era, because like I mentioned, each and every day we have new technologies emerging, and internet itself is a technology that we use heavily on day-to-day activities. But again, technology changes rapidly. So like what you are, the skill sets that you have today might be obsolete in the next maybe 5 years, because during that period we might have new technologies which require you to relearn. Now, like I mentioned, the digital skills and employment, mostly it works on the digital space. And besides the university degree you have, it's also important you have a digital skill actually that you can use to make some extra coins, either through doing a job online, or you could also be training other people locally on a particular field that you have proficiency in. So the keyword is you need a set of skills actually, and if possible, you also need some certifications to validate that you possess these skills, because at some point you're going to be prompted to provide an evidence that I am good in cybersecurity. So you need to show that I have this certification on that area. So that is my take on that area. Thank you.
All right. And I think we have learned a lot from it. Okay, all right. Okay, I will not give any compliment, for any compliment for each speaker, because if I'm doing that, it will take a lot of time and you will not, learn a lot, and I will not give opportunity to people to explain themselves and ask question at the end. So let's move to Dr. Alfred to share some knowledge regarding discussion. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, education is very important. Degrees are valuable, and I agree with Mr. Martin. But I believe in education as well, because it has shaped my own journey. But in today's economy, there are two things that I believe that we need to look at. Today's economy rewards two things: one, knowledge, and two, competence. Yes, a certificate opens a door, and of course, competence will keep the door open. Now, just as Mr. Martin mentioned, now many employers today ask, what you can do. I remember when I finished my PhD, an international I think company was seeking for a program manager, and I think I was picked up. So we had done everything, but the US people came down, and I was to meet them. When I met them, um, they even though they had all my documents, so I was told not to bring any document. I should just come. They see me face to face, and as we met face to face, I remember one of the questions I was asked has to do with what can you do instead of what certificates do you have. So now many of the employers, that's the questions they do ask. So the internet has democratized learning. Young people now today, including myself, we can acquire practical skills in digital marketing, project management, GIS, coding, research, writing, graphic design, AI video editing, data analysis, and then I think that there are a lot. Even entrepreneurship, we can get them everywhere. Your village no longer limits your education, just like my. So wherever you find yourself, it should not limit your education. But what will help us get to the level we want to get, is our willingness to learn. I think at this point, we shouldn't depend on the university certificate alone, but we should learn a skill. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. All right. All right. So, Mr. Dr. Mwata, sorry, Dr. Musa, sorry, Dr. Musa, can you tell us, many people believe that they need university degree before they can work. But there is a possibility to learn online and they be able to challenge the real world or the real challenges that we are facing in workplace, entrepreneurial place, or in our community to move forward, our level of economic, or to move forward the thing that we are doing right now, or to impact the global world.
Yeah, thank you very much. And thank you, Dr. Alfred and Mr. Martin, for your submission. Yeah, so here I think we have two extremes. I think we will not say that a university degree is everything, and also we cannot say that university degree is nothing. So we have to be, at the middle, because depend on the problem one is trying to solve. There are some instances, for example, there are some professions. Let's say to be a medical doctor or a veterinary doctor. Know that watching some YouTube videos and going online may not actually give you that certification to practice as a medical doctor. So we have that exception. However, the digital economy today has presented a lot of opportunities in which I can now take us back to what Dr. Alfred have said. Today, what is being rewarded is knowledge and competence. So you can have thousands and one qualification, but if you cannot solve a real problem in your community, then it doesn't make any sense. The qualification doesn't make sense. Anyone that go online and learn how to solve a real problem is going to outsmart you, is going to take your jobs around. So what is more important is competence. Irrespective of our qualification or degree, the economy is changing and the world is changing. And the digital economy has presented a lot of opportunity for us to become learned in this digital space so that we'll be able to be useful in our community. So in addition to our university degrees, we should try as much as possible to be competent, to have skills that can solve every problem, because that is what the world is towards now. We can learn network marketing, digital marketing, graphic designing, data analysis, and all that. And one advice is that we shouldn't learn so many things at once. We should pick a skill or two, focus on it, take small steps, and keep building on it day after day until we become competent in that field. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. All right. Round of applause. Round of applause. All right. All right. So the next question will go to only to Mr. Martin and Dr. Fred, because Dr. Musa already shared, his own example, because he's the example of that with that with internet he can learn and improve himself. So the next question is, can you share an example? Can you share example of a younger African who have built a successful career through opportunity they discovered online? So can you share a younger African who built a successful career opportunity they deserved online? Dr. Musa have already shared that he learned online, training online after network with people, traveling to Egypt and so forth, so forth, so forth. I will also say that also me, as I am here, I have also find an university online in Rwanda that called African Leadership University, that I apply online and get a grant online, and I travel and go and study for 4 years. Is where I learned how to speak English too, and I have learned a great thing in international business and trades. And right now, as you can notice, even I'm the only Francophone Togolese, but I'm the moderator, and I thank God for that. And also, I thank the discipline that I was having, so that we can move forward. So, for Mr. Martin, can you share, for some people that learn online and build their successful opportunity by discovering some opportunity online? Can you share some example of people that find opportunity online that with them?
Okay, thank you again. Yeah, so I would mention 2 or 3 from Kenya, whom I know they have maximized on the opportunity they found through the internet. And most of them, they have other careers, but what they do is more of content creation. I would pick one who is an environmental activist, and she's a young Kenyan lady called Trufena Mudhoni. She really used image online to campaign on matters of keeping the environment fit for everyone, and also protecting the environment through the online campaigns. And she was able to get recognized globally. The other one is a Kenyan lady called Elsa Majimbo. Maybe you have heard of her. She has her roots from Kenya and Tanzania, but currently she relocated to the US. She discovered okay, I would say a career as a comedian, and through the social media platforms, she was able to amass a large number of following, and this gave her an opportunity to work with brands, sort of brand partnerships, and this is where she gets much of revenue. We also have other personnel whom I know. They are young African youths. I would mention another one who is more of a local tourer, and most of Kenyans know him. He's called Mustafa Convict, and he's a motorcycle and adventure rider. He has toured various countries in Africa, and he also maximizes on the large number of following he has on social media platforms to work with the companies through marketing and branding. And there's also another one I would also mention. He's called Brian Tebaika. Most Kenyans know him. He's a very okay. He has a large following, and he's a Kenyan celebrity. Also, maximizing on the social media platforms to make extra coins. Okay, these people have mentioned they have other careers, but they also found opportunities online, and through these opportunities, they're able to work with brands through marketing, paid partnerships, and also they are also brand ambassadors of various companies locally. And some of them have gotten the opportunity to be recognized globally through the Guinness Book of Records, like the case of Trufena Muthoni. So you can see these young African youths who found the opportunity and they maximized on that opportunity with a purpose. So they had the goal, this is what I'm going to do, and these are the objectives that I want to achieve at the end of the career. And some transformed that into a full-time career where they make they get lots of revenues from just that online image they created. So that is my take on those various African youths who found opportunities online and they maximized on those opportunities and they make a living out of it. Thank you.
All right, that is very interesting. That is very interesting. And everyone, we have a million of people that get successful by using internet. But the question, at the end of this webinar is to ask ourselves, why not us? Why not me today? I can find opportunity on internet and grow myself. Why not discipline myself, to learn? Why not discipline myself to look for opportunity that will help my vision to move forward? Why not, why not looking for opportunity that will help me, be, make the difference, make the real difference in the community or in my country or in Africa, so that we can be one of the best. Okay, Dr. Alfred, I think we'll
thank you. Yeah, so thank you very much. Yeah, so rather than speaking about someone else, humbly allow me to speak about myself. I am one example, and let's just by the way, I'm sure after the webinar, I'll be able to link up with Dr. Musa, Mr. Martin, and then yourself and any other. So the next time you hear, I'll be in Nigeria. The next time you hear, I'll be in Kenya. Of course, Dr. Musa and then Mr. Martin, and then our moderator, you to definitely be in Ghana. So there's one wonderful way that internet can equally, influence our lives. I never had international opportunities because somebody connected me politically, and then I only just got the internet connect me globally. Just like I mentioned, after this webinar, I'm going to get in touch, and I know the next minute you hear about us, we'll be doing a lot of international stuff. So through online applications, I have participated in international programs, and then through online applications, I have learned and strengthened my professional knowledge. As I stated earlier on, over 20 professional courses, aside my normal educational classroom staffs. Through this same internet, I've had digital platforms. I funded environmental initiative, the Vigilant Youth for Climate, Natural Resources, Ecosystem, and Sustainability, where I campaigned about our river, and as I'm speaking with you, trying to work on converting the aquatic waste to different products altogether. So it's all through this internet. And through webinars like we are having, I have met collaborators, of course, from different countries, which I know right after this webinar, I'm going to collaborate with a lot of people on the platform. And through LinkedIn too, I've connected with a lot of professionals I have never met physically. Just as I said, internet is very powerful, but how you use it determine what you will become if you have a purpose. So everything began with one search, one application, one email, and one opportunity. So we should not never underestimate one click because it's very powerful. Sometimes your entire future begins there. So I am a clear example. Thank you. It looks like there is a problem with our network. Please, are we on?
Yes. Please, I can hear you. I don't know if you can go ahead. Hello? Please, can you hear me?
Yes, please, can be heard.
Pardon?
You can be
Can
heard
you hear
now,
me,
but
please?
yes, you can be heard now by my side. I think that the network has a challenge.
La connexion à first.
Now you can be heard. You are loud.
Okay, all right. I think you can use the internet actually. So sorry for that. As we are talking about the opportunity, I think we also have the bad, that Africa can try the best to have a good internet. Some Africa countries try their best, but some of us, we are still struggling. So let's move to the next question, to the third part of the program. So let's talk about entrepreneurship and innovation. If a younger people only has a smartphone and the internet, what specific step would you advise them to take over the next 6 months to create income online? Somebody just with a smartphone and internet. After 6 months, what exactly what exactly people can start today? And after 6 months, you can start getting some income to empower his environment or empower his community. Okay, Dr. Musa, can you know that you are the oldest, so maybe you can start by you. My internet, I don't know, you are still hearing me or? Please, can you hear me?
Yes, please. For me, I can hear you, but I don't know if it's an internet problem.
Please, do you hear the question actually? Okay, all right. Okay, all right. So, Mr. Martin, can you go over and maybe expect and tell us, a younger African with internet, with smartphone and internet, after 6 months, what exactly advice can you give him? And after 6 months, he can, start in improving himself and make impact in his community.
All right, thank you. So for a young person starting their career online, I would advise them, one is to pick on an area of their choice, and in this case, they should be passionate about it. So let's say this young person is selling clothes online, and they don't have the capacity to build a website for that matter. I would advise them to use the available resources like Facebook and WhatsApp from the Meta suite. Now, with Facebook, you can create a Facebook page, and through your friends, you can populate it with followers. You just send friend request to your followers, and you follow also other persons. And if you have some little potential, you can pay for paid advertisement. Now, if you are selling clothes, you have to consistently post and keep your followers updated on what you're offering. And also with the WhatsApp business, because it's a feature that really works. You can create a catalog on WhatsApp, and you have a detailed list of the items you are selling. And you can link your WhatsApp business with your Facebook account, such that the things you post on your WhatsApp statuses also reflect on your Facebook account. And this is because you find that the persons you have as followers and friends on Facebook are not the same people you have on your WhatsApp contact list. Now, this is an opportunity because we are looking for a market share. Like, you want to reach out to more people, and among these people, it's where you get your potential clients. Now, this person has to set a target. In this 6-month period, I want to have sold a few items, or maybe I want to have gotten an image, like people are talking about me. I'm getting referrals, I'm getting phone calls about inquiries concerning regarding my products. Then the other thing is because we're in the digital space, actually, it's not just Facebook and the WhatsApp business alone. We also have other platforms like TikTok and Instagram. And each and every day we have new features introduced. So there are maybe those premium features you can pay for, and you can get more market share through the paid marketing, which are offered by these platforms. So my point would be, this person who is starting, they take it slow, they set a target. In this case, it's a 6 months period. First is to get recognized actually, and to maintain this market share, and also be consistent within the period. And even after reaching the goal, that is if likely they manage to get a number of followers and people are talking about this person as a business person, then they should think of growing bigger by exploring other platforms, because there are cases of our website. And also nowadays, like I'm sure you have heard of Jumia and other online retailing websites like Kilimall, among others. I guess in Africa we have Jumia, which is quite used in many countries. So you could also be a seller in this platform. You can create an account in Jumia, and you can sell your products through Jumia, which in most cases you will get a commission because you are using their platform. So every item you sell, they'll pick a commission, then the rest is yours. So there are many avenues through which a person who is starting, they can make money. Then the other thing is I would mention, we also have emerging trends. Like nowadays, we have the electric vehicles. So you see in most towns, they have these electric bikes, motorcycles, and also some private or other public service vehicles. So there's an avenue for mechanics who can repair these machines when they break down. And this is something that most, or rather many African youths have not seen it as a potential platform for making money. So if you possess some knowledge in electrical and electronics engineering, then you still have to learn. Now these are new trends, the new technology of electric vehicles, and you can come up, you can team up with other persons who have similar interest. Then you can simply create a company. You start slowly, and you be fixing these machines, because as time goes by, we are going to have a pile up of e-vehicles which needs attention, and it's actually an area which is not yet exploited at the moment. So I would urge many African young persons, the youths, to look at the emerging trends, and look at any available opportunity in these emerging trends. Then you can innovate something. Like I have a friend of mine who makes electric bicycles. Like he picks a random traditional bicycle, then he makes it electric. He has the knowledge in electrical and electronics stuff. So he has been doing this, and it's quite a career that is picking. Sometimes we partner on areas where which needs some software aspect, like programming these controllers and the stuff. And it's something that I can see with the time it's going to pick up, and it's going to be a selling innovation in the future. So that is my take on entrepreneurship and innovation regarding using the internet as a young African person for commercial benefits. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Please, Dr. Alfred, can you also give maybe some of the recommendation regarding that case?
All right, sir. Thank you very much, and thank you to Mr. Martin. That's a very wonderful thing. I want to start by saying that, see, we should stop thinking about making money first. Rather, think about becoming valuable. If you start with the idea, I want to make money first, um, on the way, what if the money doesn't start coming? You will end up giving up. So for the first month or the month one, learn one digital skill. Learn one digital, and digital skill. We have the foundational, intermediate, advanced, and digital safety and ethics. So the foundational, you can talk of digital communication. The intermediate, you can talk of social media management. The advanced, you can talk of data analytics. And digital safety and ethics, you can talk of data privacy protection. So that is for month one. And month two, create a professional LinkedIn profile. Create a professional LinkedIn profile. Sometimes you will create certain platforms, and at the end of the day, you get doing it. So you have a different name here, you have a different, some of the names we use in creating platform affect our chances too. So create a professional LinkedIn platform. And month three, volunteer your skill. What you have learned, that digital skill you have learned, volunteer. Month four, build a portfolio. Just as Mr. Martin mentioned, that Google, you can build a portfolio there. Month five, apply for remote opportunities. That is month five. So I'm giving you a practical steps for the next 6 months, how you can make money on the internet. And then month five, as I said, apply for remote opportunities. And then month six, I can talk of start solving problems for people. The internet pays when you are solving a problem for people. So income follows value. That is why I mentioned that do not think of money first, but think of becoming valuable, because income follows value. If your smartphone only consumes content, then it still remains a phone. But if it creates solution, then it becomes a capital. I believe these practical steps will help every individual, including myself, to making money on the internet. Thank you.
Okay, all right. I think it is very learnful, and there is a huge of information. I hope everybody is taking note so that we can try, a bit to start implementing. You don't have to implement all of them, at the same time. Small, step by step, and we will move forward. So let give the lead to Dr. Musa to share, his thought with us.
I'm not sure Dr. Musa is on the call now. I think maybe I have to confirm.
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you go ahead, please?
Yes, so what I was saying was, I'm not sure Dr. Musa is on the call right now. Maybe you would have to
Okay, all right.
confirm.
So okay, all right. Okay, all right. Let's move on. So as everybody know, we have 5 minutes left, and this is the closing remark. So let me see in the chat. So we'll give, like you have we have 1 minute and a half, 1 minute, not 1 minute and a half, 1 minute to, for Mr. Martin and Dr. Alfred. Share us with us. Also, maybe a book that you can read something special that you are feeling hot, that is something special that you have to learn. Maybe you are doing online training and you need some discipline. What are the strategy? What are the planning you have to do? What are the small things you have to make yourself comfortable, make yourself doing, so that you can be able to achieve your vision or your mission? Can you share 1 minute things with us? Thank you.
Okay, thank you again. One website every African youth should know. This will depend with what you want to learn, because it could be educational content, e-commerce. So generally, I would pick you can just search how we made it in Africa. You just Google search that, you'll get that particular website. Then the other one is on a book that changed your thinking. So for my case, there's a book, there are many. I would pick one, we call it Love Your Destiny. It has a Latin name called Amor Fati. So it's basically a book to do with a life. That is an attitude of embracing every aspect of your life, the good, the bad, the painful as well, which is necessary and part of everyone's journey, because we have different sort of challenges. So that book will open your mind on how you approach life as a whole. Then the other question, one digital skill everyone should learn. Since we're in the era of artificial intelligence, I would pick prompt engineering. That is AI prompt engineering. So that's something you should learn. Like, I'm sure most of you are using AI tools like ChatGPT, Cloud, for various functions, and this prompt engineering will come handy in your day-to-day life activities. The next one is on one mistake young people make online, and I would say falling for easy money. So most young persons want quick money, and on the internet there are quite many avenues which look true, but they are fake. So you avoid engaging in pyramid schemes. Like you will see a website that a trading site which asks you to create an account, deposit some money for trading and all that, and eventually you end up losing. So kindly avoid those platforms which ask you to pay upfront. To make upfront payments. So you take it easy. The other one is on one piece of advice for a 16-year-old starting today. I would advise 16-year-old African youth to identify, just pick a niche, because over the internet there are so many fields one can venture into. So if your passion is on traveling, cooking, IT related stuff, sports, just pick a niche. So if you want to create content, then you pick a niche and do some research as well on what the consumers want from you, because you are the one who is creating this content. You have the consumers, so you research on what they want, and you be updated on global affairs. Again, you have to, as a young person, you have to learn many skills. Well, there are many pain skills, but also do some research on what the market demands, because there are many skills, but there's what the market demands. Now, when you identify that, you're able to pick the right skill, which is profitable to you. And you also look at the return on investment of this skill. So don't learn a skill and let it stay. You have to put into practice what you have learned. So that way you're able to network, to get meaningful connections, and also your social media image, what you put there, avoid anything that is negative which might taint your image, because employers also nowadays we have the aspect of AI, and most recruiting companies, they run as such, and this information that they get from your social media platforms, pages that is, can portray a negative image. If you are a person who is a bully online, you attack other people and post some stuff which not ethical. So you have to look at that aspect of ethics as well when you are a person trying to make use of the internet as a tool for growth career-wise. So you look at the ethical part of it. So that is my advice for a young person starting today, that is using the internet as a tool for learning and opening other opportunities. So thank you for that opportunity. We shall have more as time goes by. Thank you.
Okay, I think the most thing is a pleasure, to have you specially for us today. And I will send you, and maybe we can start maybe chatting on WhatsApp. I think so. Maybe probably if you are in the group, or I will send you an invite on LinkedIn. I will send you probably an invite on LinkedIn. Okay, Dr. Alfred, can you?
Thank you very much once again for the opportunity. Yeah, so one website I will recommend that all of us, as I said, I'm equally a young person. I would suggest that you should have a LinkedIn profile. Why am I saying that? I'm saying it because not only it gives jobs, but it gives visibility. And people cannot support what they cannot see. So every young person try to have a LinkedIn. It's a website you need to know. And then one book that has actually changed my life is the Bible. So counting from my story, it should tell you that if it is not God, I wouldn't be here. So it taught me purpose before profession, and it gave me character before career, and service before success. So Bible is one of the wonderful books. Of course, I know we may have other religion, but this is to me, of course, if there are other books that you may there are a lot of books, but because I am speaking from an experience and a well-lived experience, that is why I am recommending this. Of course, if you're a Muslim, your Quran is one of the wonderful books that you can have. And then one digital tool, just as Mr. Martin mentioned, now the order of the day is artificial intelligence. So I recommend that artificial intelligence literacy. Try to abreast yourself with it. And then the biggest mistake, I want to advise that we should stop using the internet to compare our lives instead of building one. Comparison creates pressure, but learning creates progress. So we should not, compare ourselves with others. That's why you see where more time you hear someone is killing someone for money, and this money ritual because of comparison all on the internet. And the one advice I would want to give to a 16-year-old is don't try to be famous. Become useful. And you see, useful people eventually become unforgettable. So if you are there because of, being famous, a time will come you'll be forgotten because there was no legacy. So if you become useful, this is automatic because useful people eventually will become unforgettable. And as I end and hand over the baton, I would say that it is not, I mean, I have mentioned from the beginning, and something deeply personal that I want to say just to end. I was not born into privilege. I was born into limitation. The village where I grew up did not have everything, but God gave me something greater than convenience. You know, he gave me vision. As he gave me the vision, the internet became the bridge between my vision and destiny. So the internet is not there to spoil people, but it is there to give vision to your destiny. Every opportunity I enjoy today began with curiosity. And I have one brother, I think, who is joined, and then he is a witness to the fact that what we have been through, it is just God. And every invitation began with learning. Every international platform began with one application. Every achievement began with one decision to grow. So please, my fellow and dear young people, do not allow your smartphone to become the most expensive toy you ever own. Let it become the greatest investment you ever make. The internet will never ask whether you are rich or poor. It will only ask one question: what are you searching for? If you search for entertainment, you will find entertainment. If you search for purpose, you may discover your destiny. Africa, and you should understand that Africa does not merely need another generation as it stands now. What we need now are African need creators, we need researchers, we need professionals, climate leaders, and the rest. I believe that the next African Nobel Prize winner, I'm sure, will be one of the participants on this webinar. And I can't just wait to meet the next inventor, the next president, the next UN leader, and the next global entrepreneur. Finally, my prayer is that as we end this webinar, no one leaves saying that that was interesting. Instead, you should be saying that I hope they leave saying, and then like maybe I had how I wish. No, you still have time. So you can say that instead of saying that, that was interesting, just say that today I decided to use the internet differently, and that decision will change my life. I want to thank you for the opportunity once again, and may God bless each of you who is joined, and God bless Africa. Thank you so very much.
Okay, all right. I think for this webinar, you have learned a lot. But one thing I would like to to add on everything that the speaker have shared is the sacrifice. You have been talking about one step. You have to put the step, but we should be able to do a sacrifice. If the time that everybody go to sleep, for us, we can make sure to make a sacrifice to apply to that one opportunity. We can be able to do that sacrifice, to write, the essay that we are asking for. We can be able to do the sacrifice, to pay for some online training. You can be able to do the sacrifice, to be able to do all the steps, sending all the steps before the deadline, so that you can be able to get the right opportunity at the right time. So this is the end of my mentoring. So I would like you to continue. And please, everybody, I don't know if you are allowed, you can maybe share and continue the networking. As I have said before, me is Apitogbo Obenhunake. Bachelor, I won a bachelor degree in international business trades, but several working with many international organizations and also many embassy as a Belgian embassy in Kigali, Rwanda, and work. And my specialization is business development and strategy. So make sure let's connect and see how we can work together and make Africa forward. And I will not close this session by not, brief you my vision. My vision is to make Africa one of the best continents in the world. It's not a joke, but it's serious. So every action I'm putting in place is to make my community great, to make my country great, to make West Africa great, to make Africa great, so that we can be one of the greatest continents in the world. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so very much once again. Yeah, so I've shared my contact number and then my email in the chat box. So please, if anything, you can get in touch with us. Thank you so very much once again, the organizers. I'm grateful.
Thank you for all. Thank you for our moderator, Mr. Obin. Thank you for our speaker, Mr. Martin, Mr. Alfred, Mr. Musa. I can just say thank you a lot. Thank you for us who accept our invitation to join us for this webinar. We need to know each month our organization have two webinar, one in English and one also in French. So be free to share with us your experiences, and we will be able to invite you another day for another webinar. Thank you. I think we will be in this year at Africa Youth Conference in Ghana. We will our speaker Alfred and Mr. Obin. So see you at this conference. Thank you, and have a good day.